I'm Nikki Cheryl.
And I'm Cheryl.
And this is Killers, Cults and Queens.
The Spooky Sleepover.
Hello and welcome to Killers, Cults and Queens. It's time for the Spooky Sleepover.
Yes, indeed. It's our weekly chat show where we catch up on this week's antics and discuss our rabbit holes of the week.
But first, what's going on, Arshes? How you doing? How's Tor holding up for you? You still alive?
In the words of the script, I'm still alive, but I'm barely breathing. I am here, I am present, and I am back. I can only profusely apologise to our lovely loyal listeners that I wasn't able to make last week work, but we knew it was inevitably going to happen on this tour because I was either in a bus, asleep, or in the venue doing the show. So the stars didn't align, but it was so incredible to listen to the first couple's spooky sleepover. So I thoroughly enjoyed it, and clearly all of you did.
Yeah, it was really nice to share the space with my lovely husband and to get him on the pod. He was so nervous to come on, bless him.
He had no reason to. He was hysterical.
I know. I think he just doubts himself sometimes, but he had no reason to, did he? I thought it turned out to be a really nice episode, and we got to talk about our favourite thing, which was silly place names. It kept us entertained.
And what I also loved, as you said it best, he could step on stage to a room full of people, perform and sing his heart out, but he was nervous about a podcast?
Yeah, I know. It doesn't make any sense, does it? Whereas if I was to get on stage and sing in front of people, I would be pooing my pants, whereas he's just like perfectly fine to do it. Doesn't bother him at all.
I'll get the tenor lady on standby next time we're on tour.
Yeah, the nappies. That'll be lovely.
Sponsored by Pampers. But honestly, it's so good to be back because I feel like with this tour specifically, the weeks fly by, but there is so much crammed into it. What happened 4 days ago feels about 3 weeks ago. So I feel like it has been about a month since I've spoke to you, Nikki.
I know. It feels like a long, long time. I think we're both being busy girls recently. Like, no time has passed at all, but then it feels like, as you said, months and months have gone by and we've not caught up with each other.
I know. But honestly, I think we should give ourselves a pat on the back and maybe a Guinness World Record for the amount of plates we've been spinning at the moment.
Yeah, we've not been doing too badly, have we? I have produced and delivered a new series, which is how my week has been going, which I am so super excited about on Macabre London. It's called Belief in the Occult in the Capital City, and it's all about how London came to get its religious beliefs, how we started way back when in the pagan times. I've been speaking to experts, I've been bringing in new people into the show, which I've not done before, and I've even been out recording on location, which is really not like me because I like my comforts and I get scared having to go outside and record where there might be people.
Nikki, I'm fearful of that too.
I know, it's terrifying having to record in front of people, and I set myself a task where I went off and I recorded on my own but somewhere outside where I knew there wouldn't be loads of people to relax myself into it, and I feel like I'm getting a bit more confident in it. But the new series is coming together. Episode 2 is already out. Episode 3 is on its way, and that's going to be a really interesting one. But I'm proud of myself at the moment because it's a lot to keep up with. And then we've got season 5 coming up, starting in the not too distant future. So we're aiming for the end of March, possibly the beginning of April, seeing how we get on. But season 5 will be here before you know it.
We're going to blink and it's going to be here. And I am so excited. We've got some incredible cases. But one thing that I am so itching for is my own bed right now.
Once you get home from tour, there's going to be no rousing you from that bed. You're going to be in it for a week, aren't you?
I know. Horizontal and not moving. I'm going to be laying there getting breakfast, lunch and dinner in bed.
Honestly, being in bed is one of my favourite things in the world, so I couldn't blame you at all. That would be exactly what I would be doing.
I have had a fabulous time on this tour, though. I have had so much fun. And because we have gone to the bigger cities, but also the smaller towns, I felt like it's been another lap for Cheryl around the track, because I've been so blessed over the last 6 years to have been very much in people's laps on their TV, but also in their theatres and venues and clubs that when I haven't been to a place like Torquay since 2020, it's so good to see familiar faces that came to the shows, meet new people, and just get to share my love back to the people that have given me so much love. And I've been very fulfilled on this tour to get out and showcase what we do, the silly show that we've been putting on, Beauty and the Beast, but more importantly, just remind people how loved they are at every meet and greet, at every stage door, and just be very grateful and thankful for everything that you have all given me. I don't know what I feel like I'm about to cry. I think I'm about to cry because I am looking at some flowers to my left on this desk that somebody gifted to me, and the energy that they were given to me in Torquay, which was at the time of recording 4 days ago. I've still got them. They're still going strong, and I can feel the love that was given to me with that, and I am so overwhelmed. I think it's a combination of exhaustion and gratitude, but I just want to say thank you to everybody that has come, because I know a lot of you listening have been coming to the shows. You've all been telling me how much you are so excited for the next season, but also all the episodes we've been putting out. But more importantly, I am very grateful for all you listeners that, again, are still with us, still going strong. We see every comment. We see every single one of you, and I cannot thank you enough.
Me too. We've got such a lovely community, haven't we? And it's so nice that people turn up to shows to come and see you and to give you the flowers, which you very much deserve because you are a superstar.
Oh, stop it, Nikki. You're going to make me cry.
And you work so hard and you've done so great on this tour, and you've just kept going and going and going. And even when we've had trouble recording, you've always wanted to try your hardest to do so, because it's not easy when it comes to the Wi-Fi. Again, today we are videoless because we're on the Travel Lodge Wi-Fi, but Shez every single time has stood in the corner and said, I want to be there, I want to make it for all of our wonderful spoogetties. So we really try our hardest, and we love you all very, very much. So this has turned into a bit of a sop fest, doesn't it?
It really has. It really has. But one thing I am not going to miss about this tour is fucking meal deals, Nikki Drews. And I never thought I would say that. Look, I'm going to level with you. We're driving. You stop at a service station. The only thing that's really there is a nice little Sammy or a McDonald's, and I cannot stomach either of them right now.
Yeah.
But what is your go-to meal deal? I know we have probably touched on this a million times, but I like to do a real-time check-in because, fun fact, my meal deal has actually changed.
Mine has as well recently.
Talk to me.
Do you know who it is who's influenced me recently?
Go for it.
Juno Birch.
Oh, but of course, she is queen. She is God.
So the Queen, the icon, I don't know if she listens, but if you do, Juno, you have actually influenced me recently to get a tuna crunch, which is the little sub baguette thing that you can get on a Tesco meal deal. Not sponsored. And I like a tuna crunch now because it's not as heavy as a regular sandwich. And I've been going for the carrots and hummus instead of crisps.
Shut up, because I have been doing the same.
New year, new me.
I mean, we're almost in March, but that new year, new us is still going strong.
It's because this year I promised myself I'd have a little bit more fresh in my diet. So I'm like, I'll have the carrots and the hummus, or I'll have the little pot of olives instead, rather than having the crisps instead. And then I'll have a vitamin drink. So I'll have a Purdy's or a Vit Hit or something like that. Sometimes a protein coffee, because this, your protein's good, but sometimes you need the caffeine.
Always need the caffeine.
It's changed. I'm a new woman.
New lease of life. Well, I am the same. I have opted out of the classic S&V salt and vinegar. They do make an appearance quite a lot still, but I always have the carrots and the hummus on the side, and then I have found myself having a lot of ham and cheese.
Oh, I love a ham and cheese. Which is your favourite ham and cheese? Which supermarket?
Tesco's are doing it for me.
Tesco ham and cheese is elite. It is a top tier sandwich. The Tesco ham and cheese, that's Neil's favourite sandwich.
But specifically the submarine roll one.
So we're both on the subs now.
Yes, but we're not subs, are we, Nikki?
No, definitely not.
That is the wow, isn't it? All right, divas, so it's time for our rabbit holes of the week. And obviously, we know Shezzy's on the road. Shezzy's been working her little tuchus off. We are almost fast approaching the 36th show of this tour, and I am ready for a nap. But that has got us all talking because I'm one of these people, Nikki, that I cannot sleep in the tour bus. I cannot sleep in a moving vehicle. It is so difficult. Are you the same?
I am the same. I'm not somebody that can sleep where there's other people. So if I'm, in the general public of it all, I can't be falling asleep. I don't trust people. I've got issues. I should probably speak to a therapist, but no, I can't be sleeping where they're letting my guard down where there's other people.
Hey, maybe we'll just do a group therapy session for trust issues.
It's probably a good idea. Probably a good idea.
But we are sharing a tour bus, and we have got a 50-50 split of people that can fall asleep literally within seconds in the middle of a conversation, and others that are ping wide awake the minute we sit down in the bus. And it has got us going. How long has somebody gone without actually going to sleep? Because we all went around the bus, and I have a story that I was awake for 47 hours straight when I was doing my dissertation at university because the lecturers decided to put my final choreography showcase on the same day as my dissertation hand-in deadline. So I was in the library for 2 days straight, up for 47 hours, and I do not know how I did it, but somehow I did it. But do you want to know the record of somebody staying awake the longest?
Yes, please.
So we are going back to the year 1964, and we are visiting a gentleman in sunny California by the name of Randy Gardner. And no, that's not his nickname. That's really his name. We have briefly touched on this person in our Russian sleep experiment episode way back in season 1 many moons ago, but Randy was awake for 11 days and 25 minutes, which is 264 hours total. Now, this was part of an experiment in California, but he experienced severe mood swings, paranoia, and hallucinations, which on some of our longest bus journeys I've experienced. So I can only imagine being awake for 11 days straight. But I've been away for nearly 7 weeks, and that feels like a lifetime. But there has been 3 tours that have gone on for some tremendous lengths that even I was gagged by. So are you ready for the top 3 tours of all time, Nikki Drews?
Of course. Hit me.
So in 3rd place was Guns N' Roses' Not in This Lifetime tour, which went from 2016 to 2019.
Whoa.
3 whole years and 158 shows.
It's making me tired just thinking about it. Oh, how? I'm guessing a lot of, I'm not saying that the boys in Guns N' Roses are partaking of extracurricular substances, but how else are you going to get through it? Lots of caffeine.
I really do not know. Sponsored by Red Bull, sponsored by sleeping until the last second, and probably living the lap of luxury in lovely hotels and private jets.
True, they're not in the travel lodge, are they?
So in 2nd place, we are going to my top artist of 2022 on Spotify, Sir Elton John. And, and his farewell Yellow Brick Road tour lasted from 2018 to 2023. 5 years long, and yes, we can blame COVID for that length, but he did a whopping 330 shows.
Wow, I do remember that from the time and thinking, whew, he's been on tour for a bit, hasn't he?
Never ending. But the never ending tour really goes to Bob Dylan. And this one sort of cheats the system in terms of tours, but Bob Dylan's never-ending tour started in 1988 and ended in 2019, a whopping 31 years.
Now, I don't believe that that is a tour. That's just saying that you're on tour. But it's not as if he's been away from home for 31 years.
Exactly. Well, yes, he continuously toured for 3 decades, and it wasn't one single announced tour in a traditional sense. It just was an ongoing tour with no title that ended up being called the Never Ending Tour. And he typically played 80 to 100 shows a year, ending in a total of 3,000 concerts.
That's a lot, isn't it? You think how many people that must have been all together that have seen him play. That's got to be millions.
Maybe even more.
Yeah, crazy.
But yes, and the next time I'm on a tour and I'm feeling a bit tired and going, I'm missing home, I'm going to remember that Bob Dylan didn't go home for 30 years. All right, Nikki, what have you been lost down this week?
All right, so mine's a very silly one today.
Fabulous.
Speaking of COVID times, pandemic times, the at-home times, I am taking you to a very special place in my heart. We are headed to Poundland.
Stop it, because the Poundland near where I live has just closed and I'm mortified. So I am missing Poundland, so please make me joyous with some Poundland fun.
So I was watching last night a YouTube couple that I really enjoy called the Grim Life Collective, and they go around to spooky places, they go to Halloween haunts, all of this sort of stuff. And you know that one of my favourite personal things to do is sit and watch people go through haunted houses, and they do that quite a bit. So I just put them on in the background whilst I'm doing other things, kind of YouTubers.
Of course.
And they were on in the background, and they were in a horror museum somewhere, and this horror museum had a collection of Ouija boards, and they were talking about the Ouija boards, and then I just wasn't really fully paying attention, and then all of a sudden I heard them say, oh, and we've even got the discontinued Ouija board from Poundland, and I was like, what? My ears pricked up, and I was like, there what? Say that again? For Halloween in 2020, Poundland brought out a Ouija board, and they sold it in the shops, and people were, wrongly or rightly, incredibly upset about having a Ouija board in Poundland for a number of reasons. Now, firstly, conjuring demons. That's probably the biggest one on the list, isn't it, that you've got to worry about with a Ouija board?
Of course.
One of them was that children could be possessed by this, so they could buy the Ouija board without, parental consent. There was no age limit on this thing at all. Anybody could have bought it. Hasbro, which are the people that make Ouija boards, they suggest that the age range on it is 8 years and up. So do you think that's okay? Do you think that's all right to be messing around with a Ouija board at 8 years old?
18.
I think 18 as well. I think possibly an 18 rating. So the Ouija board at Poundland got people annoyed. It got spiritualists annoyed, and they were saying that they really didn't want people messing around with Ouija boards, particularly during a pandemic. Not the best thing to do at home. Many complaints were sent in about the Ouija board, and it turned out that it was basically, it's Poundland. It's not the most well-made item. It was kind of a bit of a thick bit of cardboard, and that was about it. Nothing like the nice Hasbro versions. And so it ended up that Poundland put out a statement saying the spirits have asked us to vanish the Ouija board from Poundland, which I thought was rather a camp response.
Camp is fabulous.
So I enjoyed that very much, but it just got me thinking about how these things are put into production. Nobody really thinks about it. And then when I was actually writing this, I looked across from me and I was like, hang on a second, I have a Ouija board mug. As far as I know, touch wood, never managed to summon anything on the Ouija board mug, but I've never really thought about it before. So how do you feel about Ouija boards? Is it something that you would ever do? Is it something that you're curious about, or does the whole idea just creep you out?
I mean, it's very clear to us that Ouija boards are not to be fucked with. We have heard stories, we have heard tales, and for me, curiosity always will get the better of me because I will probably one day try it.
Yeah.
But I know deep down in my heart I shouldn't be fucking with a Ouija board. And if you're here, just tap the fucking table.
Yeah, I feel for me that it's something that under the guidance and supervision of somebody who knows what they're doing with these things, fine, but I don't think I would take it on my own. I don't feel spiritually prepared for that or what I could potentially unleash. And I remember when I was growing up, my mum said never mess with a Ouija board. So I've always stuck to that. And yeah, I just don't think it's my thing. But that is the Poundland Ouija board. Only a very short rabbit hole for me this week. I thought you would enjoy that. And also I found out as well that there was a pink Ouija board made exclusively in 2008 for Toys R Us. So Toys R Us had their own brand of Ouija board.
Well, if Barbie and Mattel want to release a Barbie Ouija board, maybe that will be my kryptonite to buy a Ouija board.
Barbie seance coming to a Toys R Us near you. Well, you'd have to bring Toys R Us back from the dead as well.
Well, that's all for now, my divas.
Remember, you can get in touch on Instagram at Killers Cults Queens and come and see us over on YouTube at Killers Cults Queens, where we're now publishing our episodes in video format every week, and you can now watch our episodes on Spotify too.
And if you want to get our episodes ad-free and a day early, then make sure you join us over on Patreon at patreon.com/Killers Cults and Queens.
And if you've got a bit more to say or you want to suggest a topic for a future episode, then please email us at killerscultsqueens@gmail.com. And don't forget to join the conversation in our Spotify and YouTube comments too. We really do read every single one.
And whilst you're there, why don't you give us a little 5-star review? Yes! It really does make a difference and we love you for it.
See you next time, and don't be a killer or join a cult.
Buy a Ouija board from Poundland. Goodbye!
Goodbye.
Wow, wow, wow.